Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a VGC podcast where we talk about all the latest and greatest news in the VGC community. And first and foremost, we got some important news for you guys. We have a weather and travel update for the World Championship attendees in Yokohama. Trainers, we've been carefully monitoring the weather situation as it's been appears, and it currently is heading towards central Japan. The projected timing of this typhoon indicates an increased likelihood of potential travel impacts on Monday and Tuesday, but the direction does change from hour to hour. Based on the current knowledge we have today, we plan to run Worlds and all events through Sunday, including the closing ceremony. So, no worries. It should be good for Worlds.
We're in Yokohama. What the hell?
Oh, man. Better watch out.
So
that was a really funny trip too, because literally our group pretty intentionally, pretty explicitly flew to Okinawa the day of not Okinawa. Was it Okinawa? Or was, no, it's not Okinawa. It was we flew into the typhoon for no reason.
Osaka, yeah.
It was basically Osaka.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Osaka.
yeah.
We flew straight into Osaka the day of the typhoon.
But yeah, so just to give some context to this joke, we got this email sometime last week, and they obviously sent it about a month after they intended to send it. So that was really funny. A small panic when they said important update for World Championship attendees, but no, they just messed up. But yeah, so let me let everyone introduce themselves because I jumped ahead of myself with this joke. We got three players, all of whom top cut the Pittsburgh Regional Championships that were held this past weekend. First and foremost, we got Rajan. How you doing?
Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm feeling great. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you, not just because we couldn't find anyone else, but because you actually accomplished something this time.
And as I tell you, no one likes you.
At all. I did appreciate your tweet.
I did just drop my Prime sub, and I'm figuring out how to undo it. I don't know. Can I undo it?
Gotta wait next month.
Thank you, Rajan, for the sub. Wait, I don't see a sub.
I dropped it right now.
Yeah.
So he's insufferable and he lies.
You gotta post the message for it to pop up, I think. Do I see it?
Oh, you have to click something that says post a message.
Yeah,
When I
otherwise
sub
it's
or something.
just silent.
Silent sub.
Silent sub.
That's what they call it in high school.
Yes, Rajan, thank you for the subscription. Also, speaking of subscriptions, did you know that it is September, which means that Twitch has now allowed you to subscribe in September to Tub Nation TV. You weren't able to subscribe before, but now you can. So, you really should while you have the opportunity. This one-time offer ends in September. That is what my understanding of what September is. But yeah, thank you, Rajan and DS. I no longer get to talk shit about your regional cuts now that you're back to being good, using good Pokemon for the first time since 2018. Nash, thank you for the subscription as well. Appreciate it. All right, yeah, and so continue with the introductions. Jeudy, how are you doing?
Yo, that's me. Hi guys, I'm Jeudy. I recently top 8'd this tournament that we will be talking about soon. Hope you guys are doing well. That's all I got.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on. And then last but
Thank
not
you.
least, we got Mezie. How you doing?
Hey, I'm Mezie. A bit of a newer face to some of you. I also top 8'd at the tournament we'll be talking about.
Yo, for real?
Yeah,
Andrew,
it's wild.
Why didn't we get him in here too?
Is Ding in chat?
I don't know. But we got everyone else.
That's true. Well,
All the
appreciate
Brickless wonders.
you all coming on. Let me pull up my document, figure out what we're actually talking about today. Oh yeah, housekeeping. We got, first and foremost, we got a new emote. Everyone who's subbed, you get your some September subscription. You can spam the calculated emote that I definitely didn't steal from Rocket League in the chat. So make sure to get that.
How do you do emotes on Twitch? I'm old.
Click on the little smiley face next to the chat box, and then all the emotes you have access to should pop up.
I've calculated.
Yeah. I saw I set
Okay.
I forget which game I was watching on stream, but someone lived an attack like a double up on 1 HP, and I just wanted to. I've been playing so much Rocket League recently. I just wanted to spam calculated, so I made it so I could. That's literally the only reason why we have this emote, and we had an emote slot. So, yeah, that's housekeeping. Yo, Mezie, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. I know how much you want that calculated emote.
I couldn't resist.
Uh,
The
Next.
Prime sub button was screaming at him.
uh,
Next piece of housekeeping, we try to do announcements for all the regional signups and stuff. They just announced that I guess this was again 6 days ago. They announced that Melbourne Regionals has changed dates. I imagine that if you live in Australia, you've probably heard about this by now. But
Taylor did not.
Taylor Swift does not care about the Pokemon tournament that was happening. I think, was there a tournament last year that changed dates?
The Wisconsin ones often do, I think. Like from one weekend in June to another one.
I feel like there was, because I remember first off, Andy Brophy, thank you for the subscription. I remember
And also Andy.
Go ahead.
Andy Brophy also answered the question by saying yes.
Oh, Sydney changed last year. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So apparently this is a recurring theme specifically for Australia. But I remember, I think Gavin was on the channel because he was saying, yeah, like this is actually concerning because it reduces the confidence we have in like booking our travel ahead of time. Hopefully no one booked a flight for February, but like, especially now that these events are bigger, especially now that like I see European players booking trips to Toronto regionals, it is kind of scary to see events being moved when you have to like book these flights way ahead of time, especially
This
if
is
you're
why
flying
this is why I'm waiting for the very last minute to go to Peoria, because that's a very convenient location to get to.
I remember last year there was a Yu-Gi-Oh regional that was supposed to be, I think, Yu-Gi-Oh YCS in Philly, and then Hartford regional was supposed to be next weekend, and they moved the date of the Yu-Gi-Oh YCS. And I was going to try to do both of them in one round trip. Stay in the Northeast.
Kang win that event?
No, he won a Toronto regional. But yeah, like that like is really scary that I was very close to booking a flight to a YCS and it got moved dates. So just want to let everyone know, don't double check your flight dates, I guess, before you book. Hope no one booked a flight to Australia already.
All right, this topic sucks. Let's go to something else now.
Okay. Sacramento signups. You want to go to Sacramento and play Pokemon? You can maybe do that now. We don't know how many slots are going to be there, but the cap's pretty low. Did anyone go to Sacramento here? Anyone know what the cap's at?
Like mid 300s. Like
that's bullshit, though.
Yeah,
because they capped it at like between 300 and 400 immediately, and I remember everyone was raging like right away. And they're like, "Oh no, we completely intend on opening more slots. We just were doing it like we just wanted to keep it low at first." They said something like that.
Gotta keep it low key. Gotta keep the invite list secure, and then wait for everyone to hear about it.
Yeah, and the understanding that we had was like,
Sacramento?
What was that?
When is it opening?
It is opening up on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so 10 p.m. Eastern. And so it is.
It'll probably be a good amount though, considering how Peoria like exploded in popular. I do think that I'm gonna rescind some of my incendiary comments from the last time I participated in Tub Takes with respect to. I do think that they were trying pretty hard. Your Discord's flashing, brother. Get Tub out of there.
What?
Oh
my God.
Tub is on the screen right now. Get that out of there.
All right. This time I didn't post the topic list in a Discord channel. I made a document, so that should be fine.
Not doing that anyway. But like they really did like double the size of Peoria, so I do think Sacramento will have a good number of additional signups.
Mm-hmm. And what we talked about a few weeks ago was like what Rajan enlightened us to was that it was probably a customs issue where customs could probably maybe take up to a month, and so they didn't get it in time for Pittsburgh. Maybe they did get it in time for Pittsburgh. I'm not actually sure. But they weren't sure they were going to get it in time for Pittsburgh, so they didn't give out the seats. But then, Peoria announced it, which I imagine means that all the Horry Ducks went through customs, were okay, and that's probably why Sacramento is going to increase, and it's probably going to increase up to a comparable cap as well, I imagine.
I don't actually think it was a customs issue, though. I'm pretty sure all the Horry stands got stuck at Burning Man. That's what happened. And then they finally were able to come home. And then they were finally able to come home.
That's probably
That's my theory. That is my actual theory.
Wait, they didn't catch Ebola?
I don't think you're allowed to make that joke.
Am I not? Damn. All right.
I don't know.
If you're not on the internet enough to understand that joke, good for you. Congrats on having a life. If you did understand that joke, go touch some grass.
Cypher says
Nerdif now. Thank you for the subscription.
Stuck in Jeudy's stomach.
Jeudy was hungry.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what
did.
propelled him to his top 8 Pittsburgh finish.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
We call that
So
segue
y'all are
to
welcome.
hungry.
But yeah.
For
right,
what it's worth,
keep going.
Sacramento probably going to have more as many slots as Peoria. Probably going to have more people than Peoria. So probably should subscribe to register pretty soon to that date if you're trying to go. Don't wait too long. But yeah,
let's do some take related things. It is a problem though, like doubling the signups, not being able to. Someone in chat said that they haven't been booking flights until they're confirmed that they go, and it's true, right? Like I didn't book my Toronto flights despite having a pretty good set a couple weeks ago, I think, until I knew I'd be able to sign up, and I was able to successfully sign up. I didn't realize, we'd have like 900 people and like 2 days to like several days to do it, right? Like I didn't realize it was going to be as expansive, but I did wait till I signed up, and now my flight's kind of low, and I kind of wish they didn't, and that is a little bit annoying. And I don't know what the right way to do it is, but like
I know what the right way to do it is.
No. I will say that was like I didn't really talk about it because but I does feel bittersweet. I'm popping off that the docs returned home from the war, but I hate that the timing of it makes it so that like I was looking at Peoria after I top 8'd. I was just like looking at it real zesty like, and I saw that it was like
on a scale of like
I was rubbing my hands, licking my lips, and I saw that the price to get to Peoria, especially working full time, like traveling after work, I was just like, like honestly, I didn't even want to go to Peoria. As soon as I saw it, like,
you're paying to go to Chicago and then drive for 2 hours. You're not even flying to Peoria. So.
Literally.
Justin Burns, he wasn't gonna go to Peoria, but he got flights round trip from Nashville to Peoria raw. So he's gonna drive to Nashville for $85 round trip.
Wow.
Like reasonable.
I was shook. I was like, maybe this is like not a Nashville thing, but yeah. Please, hopefully they announce things timely and this doesn't happen, because especially the locations that they chose. It's so expensive to like book this Chicago trip. Basically, it's like $460 when it could have been like way less.
Hey man, I showed you a flight to St. Louis. For some reason, flights to Chicago are expensive. Flights to St. Louis are not. I don't know anyone who's driving from St. Louis, but I was tempted to take my $200 flight to St. Louis and find a ride from there.
I've never been to Peoria. I've only barely been to Chicago. I'm just going to go on a limb and say Peoria is a trash city, having never been and having no experience with it. So I think that Jody's right. We need to pick better regionals locations.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Chicago for a year, and I had no idea Peoria exists. So.
Which they did do good. Like there's so many good locations. There's San Antonio. There's Los Angeles.
There's actually like fun spots to go to. But I do think that peak dog shit city for regional purposes was Athens, Georgia. That city sucks, and I don't know what the point of it is.
I think some of the rural Virginia regionals kind of suck too.
Fresno is up there, and
Fresno's bad.
why are we here?
Fresno is pretty bad. What else we got? Everyone else, after Peoria, they're all normal-looking cities.
You know what? I think I have a bigger problem with than putting it in a kind of shitty city or like a small town. I hate it when they put it in a faraway suburb of a big city. They did it for Oaks, Pennsylvania.
Like Naperville.
They did it for yeah, I mean like Naperville would suck because you're like, oh, it's in Chicago, at least it's cheap to fly to, but like you can't do anything in Naperville and you can't get to Chicago.
Alex used to live in Naperville.
I know. We went to his wedding and we had such a tough time getting to Chicago. I spent like $80 for an Uber back and then $80 for an Uber to the airport. It was stupid. But like, or Brampton, Toronto also sucked. Like, yeah, no, I like the fact that, well, at least when they're having a regional, they have it right downtown for most of these cities. Toronto's going to be right downtown. It's going to be awesome. I wish I could go.
Why aren't you going?
Because this format is absolutely dog shit. Regulation E is not going to change anything significant.
So you can go. You're just a wuss.
I said that I want to save my regionals for the back half of the season when hopefully things get changed up. So I'm not going to a regional until San Antonio, December 15th, and then maybe Portland. But I'll start thinking about it after that.
That's fair.
But that honestly, like, yeah, that's my kind of my philosophy. Mezie, you going to any regionals soon?
I'm going to Toronto.
Oh, hi.
I just love Toronto as a city, so I'm just gonna use it as an excuse to be in Toronto. But after that, I'm probably not doing anything until the new year, just because the places that they chose up until the new year, except San Antonio, maybe, are not too enticing for me. So
that you've named half of the ones that are still coming, right? Like you went to Pittsburgh, you're going to Toronto, and you're okay with San Antonio.
Probably not
three
going
out
to
of
San
five,
Antonio.
right?
I'm probably not going to San Antonio realistically, but I am going to Toronto.
I'm a big
And then
fan.
after that, there's after that, at least stateside. I don't think there's anything else that I'm going to until the new year. So.
All I'm gonna say is I'm a really big fan of the realization arc of the person who says they're not going to that many events, then names the events they're going to, and it's like all of them but two. Like I love that arc. Like it's just like, yeah, I'm not going to like Knoxville, I guess. Every other thing.
No, I got the regional bug. So I might look at like Sacramento, but very sad because I like going to like the first regional of a series, and I won't be going to Peoria. But Toronto, San Antonio, the New Year's tournaments are always cool, but there is no New Year's tournament. Isn't like Portland like 2 weeks after New Year's?
No, Portland's January 5th.
Oh, so okay, I might do that.
Portland's
that sounds cool.
I'm thinking about doing that one. Got so many friends up in Seattle that I want to visit.
True.
Portland is Republican Remembrance Weekend.
Is that?
I do like remembering Republicans. You know, that's some of my greatest memories are Republicans.
Well, Portland is Portland's raw on January 6th.
Yeah, I don't actually know where I was going with that bit. But
you tried. That's what matters.
I started talking, was hoping it would get somewhere, and it did not.
We're talking about regionals, right? What's happening with the regional that we just went to? I think that's the.
Look at that. He's got segues too. Jody's a born entertainer.
We can skip the fact that the teal mask is coming out. That's not important. We can talk about it.
No one cares.
We'll stick to the segue. No, the segue was fantastic.
I segued earlier and you didn't even care.
No, I didn't. Jody's was better. Pittsburgh regionals had just happened this past weekend, as you might have heard. 424 masters, 3 of whom top cut and are here on top takes. 8 of them top cut. 3 of them are on top takes. And so, first off, congratulations to the winner, Riley Factura. Is this 5th regional championship? Is that right?
Regional, yeah.
5th? That's crazy. He, I think his last one was Portland 2019.
Shoutouts to Riley winning without a Fluttermane. That's baller.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wolf got second.
Yeah, actually.
No, he had a Fluttermane.
No, Wolf had Flutter.
Trailer got top 4 without a Flutter. But That's about right, right? Like Flutter has 70% usage, about 70% of cut.
Yeah, but 70% usage does not mean 70% of cut. I would have expected 8 out of 8 in cut.
Oh, that's not the right image.
That's
The image. Here we go.
I mean,
Yeah, no,
actually,
64% day 2. It actually had lower
That
usage in day
doesn't
2.
mean that's not what that means. Like, it's not there doesn't mean I wouldn't expect to see all of it.
No, yeah. I mean, like 6 out of 8 is still a lot. Like, no matter how you cut it. Even though is it like 7 out of 8 or Shifu? That's also like
Yeah, but they're not all the same Urshifu. Like
6 out of
mine's
8
single
Urshifu.
strike.
6 out of 8. Okay.
Well, that's 2 Pokemon. Like mine is single strike, and most of those
Okay.
are
that's
rapid
fair.
strike.
So we don't actually
Yeah.
have open team sheets. So I don't know how. I don't
Yeah,
know
and you want to know why we don't have open team sheets? Because we're dooming over here. At the beginning of day 2, they took at the beginning of day 2, they had every player at day 2 make a rental code, provide the rental code and full name to the judges who were walking by, and then were very emphatically informed that we should not delete the rental code until at least like the conclusion of today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know when the clock strikes 12 and Cinderella goes home, I'm deleting that rental code. But
Wait, what?
but
I thought you were literally recording a team report with me after this, and you gotta keep the rental code up for that.
no, I'll use a different rental code for that.
Oh, okay.
that
That one has all shiny Pokemon, all marked Pokemon for the rental code that you share with people.
Fair enough. You can have the rental code. It's fine. I'll keep the rental code. Like whatever. But like the scare bear of it, right? Like what makes sense for purposes of the rental code. If you're a peasant with a Switch Lite and you can't go on stream, and you play another peasant with a Switch Lite, or like the Switch Lites can't host the rooms apparently at DC's, the Union Circle. So if you're playing 2 Switch Lites, you all got to switch over to a different device, like using a rental code. If you are going on stream, it's not that I was on stream. No one knew I was at the fucking tournament. But if you, but if you're going on stream, it's my understanding that they have you play with a rental on the stream switches or something along those lines. As those things make sense. The scare bear part is if they're like doing all the hack checks and figuring out like, okay, you go through the entire event, right? Like what happens? So we did get a new rules drop today, right? So what happens when you have a mon that's broken? I'll just pick someone random in the cast to ask that. Jeudy, what happens when you have a mon that's broken?
A one that's broken, like
what happens when you have a mon that has a team sheet error, hypothetically, or is hacked of some kind?
Yeah, and it didn't get caught until the rental. Yeah. So what I was afraid of too is like if they like catch something, like because obviously Worlds, there's so many DQs at Worlds. We've all heard it. But they didn't they took our rentals. We know how that works. What if they like see some random player in the top 16? They might have gotten a mon from their cousin when they were like 5, and they actually replayed it.
Sentimental value.
Yes. And what happens if that does not pass the hack check, right? And are they gonna be like, your prize money, return it to me? Like,
yeah, retroactively.
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
the prize
like-
money is not getting sent out that quickly, right? It always takes
Well,
a
the
couple weeks
reason
to the prize money.
Yeah.
But the reason it's a little. So I think I don't know what they're using the rentals for. For example, we've had data aggregation without rental codes because it just gets compiled from the open team sheets, right? So it's not as if rental codes are necessary for actually compiling data. But with respect to the rules dogs, when you have a violation, like hypothetically, if you put Lunar Dance instead of Lunar Blessing, right? Like,
oh shit, that's what you're going.
which no one would ever do. In the tournament itself, there's a series of things that can happen. You can lose them on, they can make you change it, etc. But you have the opportunity to play the remainder of the tournament having incurred the penalty. If you have an obviously hacked Pokemon, the thing that happens is you lose the mon, right? You take a game loss or whatever it is, but you have the opportunity to continue playing the tournament, and you can place despite the penalty, right? Like you take the penalty and you keep going. If there's something that occurs after the fact, that's inconsistent with any of the other penalties that happen, right? Because like the penalty is you lose them on, you keep playing, as opposed to, hey, Cathotics thinks your mons smell funny, right? And then
But is there
like
a precedent for them to retroactively
I don't think
penalize
we've
you?
ever had the capacity or really any basis for that to happen. Perhaps if they catch you saying slurs, then maybe they'll retroactively DQ you, right?
Or you
But
like poop.
exactly, like
Ab-
Jeudy, chill.
I didn't say anything.
The only time I could think of someone getting retroactively DQ'd is in Players Cup. That's the only time that I think it's happened.
Hold on, no, we just got a correction from South Korea. we got a correction from Nash VGC, who says he can think of another situation where people got retroactively DQ'd.
Yeah.
My bad. We definitely forgot the big one.
Poor Mezie. Definitely does not know what's up.
So
let me in on this.
For context, with at least the Nash situation, the top 4 players from a tournament in Korea were supposed to go to a live portion of the tournament to battle it out for Korean champion to decide who gets. They all got day 2 invites already, but it was decided who gets travel awards and stuff. And then randomly, one of the people in top 4 got an email saying like, "Hey, you are DQ'd," and the 5th place person got invited instead. And no one knows still why that person got DQ'd, as far as I know. And we had Nash on the podcast a couple months ago now to talk about the situation in a lot more depth. If you want to watch that, that gives a lot more insight into the situation. Of course, those top 4 players would protest by bringing metronome battles, and they would all get DQ'd.
You can watch it on youtube.com/CK49, which, by the way, is a dog shit user. I had a friend, by the way, who was like, I want to watch Pokemon content. And I told him about your channel, and he's like, I would have never found this because this is just 2 letters and 2 numbers.
Okay. Do you think he could spell Aditya Subramanian?
I mean,
that's
no.
That's the alternative. I'm sorry. I got. What am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
You should just be like the brown pokey guy. Yeah. I don't know.
I think he pronounced it Subramanian. I thought it was. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Anyways.
And 32.
I don't know what's going to happen with respect to the rental codes, but it does sound like there are reasonable reasons to do it with respect to with stream sets and stuff like that. With maybe like hack checks.
It's really helpful for hardware issues too. At Worlds, Nails' Switch bricked up real bad. And I think that they were going to resolve the issue with a rental code related thing. Like, I do think that it's a really strong, intelligent way to recreate a person's team in the event of a hardware issue.
Yeah.
Remember? I don't know if you know this. I don't remember which regional it was, but BGC 17, I think, or it was probably 17, where 2 players, I believe, had Switch Lights, but were also using
digital cards.
I'm sorry, I said Switch Lights. So I mean 2DSs, but we're also using Frustration Snorlax or like Return Snorlax or something, and it was like a top 4 set or whatever it was, and they didn't stream the set because they couldn't trade the 2DSs to like a real system or the teams to a real system. And they didn't know how to like fix the happiness to like duplicate the actual team. And I was trying to explain it, like, so like they didn't stream a set because of
this was top 4
needing
Worlds.
to...
This was Paul Ruiz versus Nils Dunlop in top 4 Worlds.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah. And like because they had that problem with respect to happiness, they didn't stream that set. They could have, lowered the happiness to like 35 seconds and use frustration instead of return, but no one wanted to learn how to do that. But regardless, the rental codes make sense. I just wish the rental codes didn't also carry the baggage that the World's disqualifications had.
So Nerd of Now says in chat, if you aren't getting DQ'd during the event after the initial hack check, then you are fine. However, they are keeping track of data stuff. Again, not sure what data they're getting outside of the team sheets, because like I got so much data from open team sheets. I can't imagine they're using much more than that, except
they're not doing spread analysis.
Except for in the case of like future hack checks, right? That's like the one thing that also kind of spooks me about that. I don't think it's very likely that they are like, oh, you are using like the same Pokemon that we have in our database that like Rajan used earlier, and or like multiple people are using the same. Like I don't know, like that's like a little spooky. I don't know how they would actually do that. I don't think they care that much. I just don't know what data stuff they care about.
Maybe one day they'll release like articles like these trainers train their Pokemon in speed, and then they like use names but they don't explain EVs or anything. Or these guys are making their Mons stronger by boosting their defenses. But
Yeah,
For
I
some
mean,
reason, they used to
making
use
content
donation.
surrounding it.
yeah.
What all like is that data they able to like?
That data's on Arcanine. They have that.
Yeah, no. I mean, like what you're saying about like Mons and their owners and whatever. Like, are they taking the rental and then like putting the exact PID of every Mon and like all this stuff like in a spreadsheet? Because the rental code's gonna go away eventually.
Yeah,
I
I think they're probably saving all the info.
Yeah, they're probably saving all the info. That's why they said don't delete it until a certain time, because they have a time frame where they have to record that information.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that home IDs are distinct, right? I can't imagine they're duplicated. They're long enough, right? Like you could feasibly imagine a situation where they're like, oh, these two Pokemon have the same home ID, they're the same Pokemon, and try to match Pokemon up that way. So like maybe something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if people start getting DQ'd out of nowhere. We'll see if people start getting DQ'd for like past tournaments data or whatever. I can't imagine it would be the case. I just don't think that
Too big brothery even for Big Pikachu.
exactly, yeah. But like I just don't understand what they are doing with this data. It doesn't make any sense to me.
And also, like, at the end of the day, it's on them if they want to be showcasing, like, someone's favorite fucking Floatzel team or whatever it is that they did. Because of, like, going super Spartan on it. It is far too inaccessible a game to then also decide that the way you're going to do it is, like, ban people from getting hacked Pokemon across state lines, like that's too much.
I mean, for what it's worth, the hardest Pokemon to get and previously are now becoming more accessible in the Teal Mask coming out tomorrow night. So that is at least a win for accessibility.
For approximately 14 and a half seconds, I considered using Enamorous Sarian. At Pittsburgh. Not for long, mind you, but like a solid 14 seconds. And didn't because of like, boy, this mod's hard to get.
Yeah.
Honestly,
This mod's hard to not use.
That's probably the reason for most people. It's just like, I can't get that
mod. That's a long time, and I said, shut up, man.
Yeah. No, truly, if I won either of my stream matches, I was gonna complain that one of the reasons I used the team is because of how hard it was to get the Pokemon, and like my friends did the dirty work. So like I would feel bad if I ended up changing my team after like my friend like literally went through all his Gen 4 games to find a 0 speed IV RNG Cresselia. And I was just like, at that point I'm locked in. I can't not use Cresselia at that point.
Yeah,
so
I mean, your team
You
looks a
just
lot
can't
like
use Cresselia correctly.
your team looks a lot like a Crest Bear team, but it looks like maybe you just didn't have enough time to get the bear, so you stuck a Landorus on there.
You can't get them on without a full moon. It's bullshit. Which is how it works in Pogo, which is so funny to me. If some of you don't know, you literally like you feed your bear, like you force feed whatever steroid candies you do to the bear just like literally when it's a full moon outside, and that's when it evolves. It's amazing.
I don't even know the
Fun
rules.
fact: I have not even touched Legends of Arceus yet. So like, if I
One
was
game
to,
2
if I was
years
to-
ago.
I'm checking your Tornadus rental to see what the origin.
So my Tornadus actually came from a friend. He said he got it in Dream Radar. Like it was not a Legend Arceus.
Okay, now
Tornadus.
Mezie, pop quiz. What is Dream Radar?
That is a good question that I don't know the answer to. I thought when he said Dream Radar, I thought it was Dream World, and they explained it was some kind of thing where like you like kind of fight Pokemon in like this weird
AI thing. Yeah.
AI thing, yeah, and you can catch it that way. But I've never used it.
I got my Heatran from the Pokewalker, personally.
You see what we have to deal with, guys?
I had to go on a really long hike to get my Heatran. It was fucked up.
Shout out to friends.
So okay, let's go back. Let's rotate back to Pittsburgh. We don't have the
What were we
teams.
talking about?
We don't have teams for Pittsburgh, so it's hard to talk about the metagame. And also, like, there's one more tournament in this regulation, and then no one cares, and we will get the full information from Teal Mask tomorrow night, at which point no one in North America will care. So I don't know how deep we want to go, but I also don't think the metagame is going to change that much with the introduction of Teal Mask. I think we're going to have like Grassy Glide maybe on
Stupid, by the way.
So
I think that is dumb. I just think you're not smart. Like at the end of it, like assuming the big obvious monkey gets the big obvious grass move. I think we're gonna see a lot of changes. Someone was describing it as a cascade, and I think that makes sense. I don't remember who. I remember someone talking about it at Airbnb. It might have been Tommy. But like, let's look at my team right now, right? I got the whole ass team around Specs Fluttermane.
Okay, and you've got a Tornadus, which kills the Rillaboom. And you've got a Heatran, which kills the Rillaboom.
What? No.
And you've got a Tip.
Have you ever
Tornadus does not kill the Rillaboom.
Have you ever had a Pokemon in the back, Adi? Because like the thing that's important to think about is the really strong Pokemon that are that are running away with the game are able to run away with the game because there isn't a way to say fuck you, you immediately die, right? Like Fluttermane gets to run away with the game without running Protect and pressing Specs very stupid buttons. Urshifu gets to run away with the game pressing stupid water buttons. Honestly, if you asked me other Pokemon in this format, I couldn't tell you. But they run away, like, they do a lot of dumb things. But now if they have to actually care about big scary monkey man from the Mafia in the back, who, like, has the you actually aren't allowed to do the thing you're doing, you die button, they're going to have to start thinking about that. Maybe running Protect and running Booster Energy or more Pixie Plate instead of Specs on the Fluttermanes who have access to ways to defend and pivot around Rillaboom, or Defensive Terra so your damage is less spooky, or less choice items, right? Because that gets super hard revenge by the Rillaboom. Or you have to lower your output and make your Mons worse.
And Rilla is also already good at catching this Terra Water heavy metagame, which is
that will probably change. We will probably see less Terra Water on Mons.
But then if you see less Terra Water,
but then it's a cascading effect.
Yeah, no, it will be an effect. I just think back to the introduction of the Rune quad trio, if you want to call it a quad, you can. But the 4 Rune Pokemon in Regulation C, when we were like, oh, this is going to change everything.
Those in the chat, okay? we put respect on the snail's name, and it's Jotian, okay? We put respect on Jotian's name.
Okay. The Woe UX9.
Oh, Woe UX9.
All I'm saying is we went into Regulation C saying this is going to change everything, and it did create a bunch of new teams, but also by and large, a lot of the teams that were the best teams in Regulation in Series 2 were still very, very viable. Some of them changed for sure, but we saw a lot of the same suspects. We saw a lot of the same team comps. We saw Palance continue to like be very, very good, which just used 6 Series 2 mods.
Okay, fair. That one was fine. Maybe that one.
right? So like I don't know. Like I thought it was Dozo still exists. I don't know. Like there were a lot of teams that were just like, yeah, we're kind of like we're maybe incorporating. We have to check the new meta, right? You do have to change your team. There will be changes, but I think by and large, a lot of the teams are going to look very, very similar in terms of mon comp than they do right now, and the changes are going to be with movesets, with EV spreads, with Terra types.
And I think there's a lot of flexibility that comes from that. I'm not pretending that Rillaboom getting Grassy Glide or getting an Aurora Ninetales or some shit makes Iron Hands not impressive, right? Mm-hmm. But like, I'm not pretending that that's not the case, or anything along those lines. But I do think that Grassy Glide Rillaboom is an inherent response to an extraordinarily offensive metagame and punishes a lot of like things that people are doing to defend against, like to get really strong, or like, for example, punishes even in the universe where you were leading Fake Out to threaten Chiyu, and Chiyu Terra Ghost dodged the Fake Out but to put out fire damage, that's now in a position where it's used Terra Ghost so that your Rillaboom in back can do 75% to it, or Oko it depending on circumstances, right? Like, there's a lot of ways that you gain access to like pivoting and more options with respect to like lowering the temperature, because you can't just go burr all the time.
Mm-hmm. I think.
One second. I do want to say thank you, Joe, for the subscription. Really appreciate it. If you too want to avoid the 12 ads that you might get, you can also subscribe. Happy September, everyone. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
Mezie, you were gonna say something.
I was gonna say, like you might see like stock of mons that people that were like considered more anti-meta before, but like worked against certain teams, like Farigiraf, for example. Like stocks would just go up naturally because it's a cascading effect of Rillaboom's all putting Grassy Glide on themselves. So like stuff like that, where it's like, okay, Farigiraf was already on some really good teams before. Now we might see it be less anti-meta and more like less like from like 15 to 20%, maybe it goes up to like 30, 35%, something like that. Like,
I'm saying 40% giraffe.
What did you say?
We're not seeing 30% giraffe users.
Well, no, it's not. The numbers are.
We don't cascade that far.
Yeah, not that far, but
okay, I will say, you can't say what's gonna happen, what's gonna change. Well, we only know one thing, and that's Grassy Glide Rillaboom.
Okay.
We don't know.
But have you considered?
We don't know. Wait, what?
Have you considered that Neil VGC has already made a full 15 videos about Regulation E? So we really know a lot. We know the new anti-meta. We know the new meta. We know the top 8 pairs. We know the top 3 new cores. We know a lot.
That's one video for every year he's been born.
All right. But cooking my man's move tutors is big. That's literally what was really fucked up about Gen 8. Like every Pokemon just learned every broken move. We saw that some moves are coming back. Scald. What if the Penguin gets Scald?
Okay,
right?
Like, on God, bro, you got baited. That was not a real list.
No. We
the
literally
list is different, but
we have Scald.
No. Scald is coming back.
Yeah, the move is coming back.
We're getting Scald back.
No, yeah, those moves.
We don't
are
know
real.
what the moves.
We don't know the distribution.
These are like if Grassy Glide is coming back, that means Expanding Force is coming back. Will we get Expanding Force Hatterene? Like there is. We don't even. Will we get Expanding Force fucking Fluttermane? Like why not? Like who's the moves? Like we can't really say. Will we get Flip Turn Urshifu? Like we don't know yet. I don't think we're getting that.
We like a triple.
We are getting that. We're getting Flip Turn, but only single strike.
I'm down for it.
Makes sense.
But no, we don't know the move. Like that is a meta shakeup. Like if we're talking about how big Grassy Glide Rillaboom is, we won't know what the Paradox Mons might get. Like fuck, what if Iron Hands gets? I don't know, something. It's already broken.
What move could that makes us more?
I don't
Are you
know.
going
Oh wait,
to, like, hold on.
aren't there those new moves like upper hand and stuff like as well?
It'll probably get
That's true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there we don't know what these. What if like Chien Pao gets like a better move than Icicle Crash? That's a physical ice move. Is triple axle?
Triple axle, but like
All I can
doesn't
say,
have less
Nerd of-
accuracy than ice
Oh
crash.
fuck! Never mind. I lied.
Nerd of now, all I can say is Tub Takes is on Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday.
That's right.
True.
We might have a special stream when the DLC comes out. We'll see, either Tuesday or
will.
Wednesday.
You are not going to host it, and Alex will not want to host it.
But then wait, what? Who said I won't host it? I'm willing to host it.
Yo, I love this.
I have nothing
Let's
going
do
on
it.
on Tuesday. I do have stuff going on Wednesday. Anyways, first off, Chase, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Chase and I were talking about on Saturday. We were talking about all the DLC moves, all the possible tuner moves, and I think our favorite was Triple Axel Serena coming back. That's the Rillaboom check. Don't forget it. So I don't know. We'll see. It could. I think the tuner moves are going to change things, but like at the end of the day, things like Flutter Mane, things like Urshifu, things like Iron Hands are just so powerful. I think Rillaboom is already so good. You already see it everywhere.
I don't think that's true, to be completely honest. Rillaboom is okay. That mon is okay. That's all.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Very quick counterpoint to that. It is okay. It also has about the same usage as Among Us in Pittsburgh, the tournament that we were all.
That was
Just that.
weird. However, Rillaboom is okay.
Might be a little bit more than I.
Yeah,
I think he's
Rillaboom usage-
a little more than okay.
Do you
but-
think that the
Yeah,
combined Rillaboom plus Among Us usage increases past 70%?
No.
It's a 63.
No, because
It is
you
at
get
63
you
right
get
now.
one Grass,
Oh, you mean
unfortunately.
after? I
And
think people will use more Rillaboom than
It
Among Us
probably
after this.
reduces the usage of the two because you only really get one grass.
Right. And then we know what happens when Among Us is disrespected in a metagame, right? We all know.
Then we get
so it's still going to be the same cycle. Rillaboom's going to be better. Among Us, if it gets disrespected, is going to pop off. I think that you still, like you said, you only get one grass type, really. Maybe you get more than one because Rillaboom is so good, and Iron Hands is so good, and Urshifu Rapid Strike is so good.
and Breloom gets grassy glides, so then Rillaboom plus Breloom is broken. Like it's a whole cycle.
Like maybe you do get two grass
Dude,
types.
that Braylon.
Yo, hold on.
Yo, I don't know if
You
that's
just added
actually
Blade,
true.
Like we
Yeah,
went
that-
down
that-
there.
that was part of that fake list, but I'm hoping he doesn't get it. Like,
And just to say, Joe, we can't do a fucking Pittsburgh review. Like we don't have teams. Riley won, cool. Like it's
We can talk about our experiences though. Like we can.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely enjoyed talking about the Teal Mascamore, but we should probably talk a little bit about the experience at Pittsburgh. But there was a lot of talk about not having enough docks, and so I think did you guys end up did all the Masters players end up having docks for the regional?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And
They did
real
have enough.
talk, the tournament was based. And the tournament was run really fucking well. It started at they said it was starting at 8:30. It started like 8:30. It was done on Friday by like 6 p.m. I heard no problems whatsoever. It went smooth. It went fast. There were timely announcements for the rounds. The staff was informed and everywhere. Like it was a well-oiled machine.
They were on
Bro,
point. No.
Yeah, no, the announcements extended outside of the
Oh, that
sweaty
was
ass.
so base.
Yeah.
You could
You
go
don't
outside. You could go outside and like just hang out in the lobby area, and you'd hear the announcements.
Or outside, like literally outside. You could just go outside and just be seaside on the balcony for a
Yeah.
little bit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no lunch break, which is controversial, but I prefer. Everything was smooth. They told us a time to be there for day 2. We were there. They started day 2 in a reasonably timely time. Top cut was figured out by like 1 o'clock or a little earlier. Like, I have no complaints about the tournament whatsoever. At least with respect to how it was run. Did every one of us lose 2-0? Are we fucked?
Yeah, we did.
No, every single match
there
except
al-
for finals was 2-0.
That's awful.
I think I might have lost the fastest on stream that anyone did
No.
at Pittsburgh to
So
try.
here, okay, let's do it like this. Instead of us saying like, at least I took X person to game 3. Let's like for me, for example, at least I took Wolf to 15 minutes, right? Like
Me and Trevor was like a 4-minute set. Like that, it's just like nah, that was quick.
No, mine's and Riley was a while. I had a really good position game 1, and he just played way better. And that was the one time I felt the lack of Lunar Blessing. It was a crest versus crest match where their crest can sustain and mine couldn't. So mine could just yeet itself. So
you didn't need 2 Iron Hands, you needed a Cresselia.
yeah, unfortunately. So no, but the way Riley was playing was insane. Literally like took game 1 when I was in advantage just so many turns, and then eventually the crest started blessing up, and I just watched as my lead went away, and then I got cooked. Game 2, I think it was like going fine, but then my hands got burned. But like that's just VGC.
Okay.
Yeah.
1, Raghav, I agree. 2, we are not going to have a person whose name is Shadmaster make that joke in this chat.
Oh my god! Did I forget to put chats up again? Oh,
That's a ban. I am a mod in this server. You are gone.
Nar. No, but the other thing that was like insane was actually the Qianpao usage. Like I don't know how many Qianpaos did you guys play in day 2?
I played a Qian. I played a Qian at least in day 1 because I think he had more usage in day 1 than day 2.
Day 1 I played so much Qianpao. Day 2 I was like,
every set. Qianpao.
I played. So how many rounds was it total? It was like 9 plus 5,
9.
14. I played 1 Qianpao total in 14 sets of Pokemon.
He was in every set for me. Like
I played 1 total in 14 sets of Pokemon, and it was round 1.
All right, I timed him out as a bit, but now I got to figure out how to untime someone out.
I don't think it's a bit, bro. Badmasters are like
no, okay, real. I don't
That's
think
a
that their
nasty
name
Twitter
is
account.
in relation to that guy.
You don't
Like-
think so?
No, that's just their name, bro. There's even a wrestler that used to go by Shad. You're just gonna retroactively.
Big Pokemon.
Ugh. But yeah, but
Well,
I truly feel like there was also a lot of crest in top in day 2. Like the physical stuff dropped, but I think it's because the teams that did well at Worlds, Zine's team, the Invitational, Hirofumi's team. So a lot of people that didn't really have a team like picked up these teams, and then a lot of them didn't convert. So like
it's hard to play them well, right? Like it's hard to play them well. That's why I didn't. That's why I used Sunny Day, because that's a lot easier to click.
I picked Bramble because I thought people were gonna gravitate towards Easy, and Easy is Tornadus. That was my logic.
And you were bright.
Easy is Tornadus. You press the Sunny Day button, you press the Tailwind button. Sometimes you press Protect when you're feeling fancy, and then Pokemon die. It's kind of awesome. Really, like analysis-wise, it did just seem like I played a lot of wild shit day 1. I'm gonna be completely honest. For my I do think Tom really wanted me to make top 8 during the tournament. Tom really wanted me to make top 8, and I did seem to have dodged a lot of intelligent compositions. I will say that.
Go on.
That's all I got. Like, Tom being the software that does pairings. I admittedly had a good set of pairing luck. The hardest set that I played was my round 3 Iron Hands Cresselia Ursaluna, because I learned round 3 that's a 90-10 matchup, and my opponent went 3-4 drop, and that was the hardest round I played all week. It was terrible.
No, I had to learn my team throughout the tournament. At least, so like every game where I was bringing Chiyu Flutter, I had a very like Chiyu Flutter lead. I had a high win rate, but when I had to like play the like Crest Lando Hands Munga slow mode, I had to build up confidence. I remember my round 2 was against Teen Spirit. They were using Sempra's Rain team, but with a lot of adjustments. Like their hands was faster. There was so much that was different. And I remember after losing that, I lost my round 2. I was just like, I was spiraling. I'm like, wait, why didn't I use this team? Why did I use this team? Like, what was I doing? Where did I go wrong?
And then your friend made the Cresselia.
Yeah. Then I went 11-3. So like, I guess I didn't go wrong anywhere. So
yeah, that's funny because I paired up round 1 against a friend of mine, Tyson Hughes, and he was using Semper's team, and I lost round 1. And I was like, I was laughing with Semper's team for like the first like 2-3 weeks. Afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just use this, and then I gravitated towards Bramble, and I lost to Semper's team round 1, and I was like, damn, I look like a fool. And then I just started to be like, I'm just gonna bring Bramble like every game and see what happens. Because I don't think I actually brought it my round 1. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna think more, and then I was like, you know what, let me just bring Bramble like every game.
I think Bramble does good against that team too, right? Because there's the Goldango farmed hand kind of farmed.
Yeah, I think it was I don't remember what my reasoning was, but I might have brought it one game and then didn't bring it the other, because I think it was something about Amoongus where it was like he didn't bring Amoongus either game, and I was like, wait, what? like you didn't bring Amoongus against the Bramble team? Like, whatever. But
I realize that Amoongus is good into Bramble. Also, you have Goldango. Also, you have Chiyu.
Yeah, but it is a rain team, so I was like, he's just gonna assume I'm not bringing Chiyu and bring Amoongus, right? But again, like,
no,
it was
good into rain.
Chiyu is good to rain. Chiyu is very good to rain.
Yeah.
If you watch Semper's report, you know that.
Well, I didn't watch that.
Okay. And you can find the report at youtube.com/CK49BGC, where he talks all about how to beat his team.
My ass was not. I did not get to that part. Not gonna lie.
My team's story was I was laddering for like a week and a half with Nails' Worlds team. Didn't like it. And then built
Nails'
my
Worlds
team. I'm gonna give it to him. He cut. It's his team.
Yeah, you used the team too.
I did use the team, but I went 0-3 drop, and he went top 26. So, but I was laddering with it still. It was like fine, but I didn't think I would cut, or not cut. I didn't think I'd day 2. I thought I would get between 5-4 and 6-3, and then got really busy at work and built my team at 6 p.m. the day before the tournament. Played 7 ladder games, lost 5 of them, and rolled it up.
Just classic.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. My story with Emilio's team was I didn't even like really notice that like Emilio had 3 ghosts on his team until like after Worlds, and I was like, dude, 3 ghosts? I'm using that. I don't even care how good it is. I'm using it. And then
he did have every ghost, huh?
Yeah, he just 3 ghosts. He was like, I'm rolling up with 3 ghosts, and I was
and
like, that's Chad. Like at Covert Cloak Tornado, he's like, what is fake out? Terra Ghost Chiyu. It's like, what is fake out? So I just went with it, and I did like a few ladder games, and I was like, this team's good. I'm good. And then I literally didn't do anything for like the rest of August until
it sounded like
until I played Jeudy in an in-house tour like 2 days before, and that was like the only thing I did with it before, because the team's good. Like,
isn't Chiyu Terra Ghost on that team too?
Yeah.
It's like you cannot fake out anything but Urshifu.
No, literally I was gonna use that team for this tournament, but it's sounding like all 3 of us really didn't prep like heavily, and
bro.
What are our thoughts on Reg D? Like, what was that? Because I personally don't like Reg D.
I didn't like it.
0-3 drop at Worlds into not prepping.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like Reg D. I'm not going to put any time into making a team myself. I'm going to steal something that looks cool, and I'm going to go to Pittsburgh.
I actually built mine, at least. Like, it
Nah.
was... So,
My-
the original thought was being reminded... I don't remember the players' names, but there were, I believe, like, there were
The French boys?
one French player, yeah, who...
Glum and someone else.
got,
I
who
forget.
got top cut at Worlds just using Torn, like the Formons that were in like they had Torn, Flutter, Urshifu Dark, and Heatran as well. And they were Sunny Day Torn and there were Specs Flutter. They were Life Orb Heatran. I was Assault Vest, and they had Urshi Dark. And they like a lot of my friends actually played them at Worlds. I think Emilio also played them at Worlds, and like they were kind of just like pressing Specs Flutter buttons in the sun and winning games. And that seemed pretty cool. So like, okay, maybe Specs Flutter and Sun is still kind of good, you know, like damage ceiling go crazy. But I thought AB Heatran was a lot better, and then I just kind of built the team. But even still, right, like I got no games in at all with the team one bit. And Tom just said, "You want a top 8, buddy? You want $1,000 to fund the rest of your season?"
Yo,
Like, go for it.
Yo, you guys want to split our prize winnings?
I tried to with Jeudy,
pull
but
together
they
and
gave
split
us.
it evenly.
I tried to split the box with Jeudy because we walked up and got our packs together, but then they told us the box was only like $70 and they'd already opened it, so we just opened our packs and I got 18 instead.
Real. Yo, I got that Pidgeotto was worth like 20 or like something.
Really?
I can,
Yeah,
yeah.
one pull that was worth it,
Yeah.
more than my entire half box.
Damn, crazy.
I see a lot of people talking about how much they dislike Reg D. I know all of you said it. I know Wolf said it too. He tweeted out saying, you know, this is one of his least favorite wrestlers ever.
I don't know. I'm ready to run it back. Now I think I'm a believer now.
No.
This might be a
Gets top 8.
This might be a pretty good format, guys. I don't know.
I think, Rajan, you and Wolf have one thing in common, which is you both love using the shittiest Pokemon imaginable. The difference is he usually top cuts with it and you don't.
Yeah. I have at no point said I am like one of 2 VGC players in the District of Columbia, and I am nowhere near as good.
Yeah, no. And
I'm barely second place.
The conclusion to that is that and now both of you guys were forced to use good Pokemon, and both of you guys did exceedingly well at this tournament. So.
You know, I have a feeling that this is a correlation that perhaps might have been true, but I have a feeling that it's not why Wolf did exceedingly well at this tournament.
Listen.
I have a sneaking suspicion that he's kind of good.
Yeah, when he uses teams that don't involve Sapsip or Farigiraf on them, and you're kind of good when you don't use Combine, Flutter, and Klefki.
That team is base.
Anyway, let's see what else is on the topic
I've
list.
had a lot of feelings for a while.
I am genuinely so happy for you, and I hope you don't squander it by trying to use fucking. I don't even know what the shit Pokemon Charjabug is.
40% of the team building I did for the regional involved a Serena.
Involved a what?
Involved what?
Involved a Serena.
Oh,
I was in Nails'
get him out
DMs.
the kitchen.
I was in Nails'
Let him
DMs with Focus Sash, Serena, Power Whip, Helping Hand, U-Turn, Endeavor. And then I deleted the team as soon as I posted it.
Aren't you excited for Triple Axel Serena? Then you could use that girl again.
That's so true. Triple Axel Chiampao of Wide Lens is gonna be so base.
All right, I think I'm over this.
I'm gonna give you one more question about this format, which is, of course, I have the top 12 breakdown from day 2 on stream. 64% Flutter Mane, 53 Iron Hands, 51 Urshifu, 51 Tornadus.
Iron Hands to be higher.
Y'all have been around for a while. Not Mezie, but you know,
Yeah.
Jody's
Has
been
it?
around for a while.
Messie's been around for 45 minutes.
Have you ever seen a format where there's 4 Pokemon with 51% usage before?
Actually, yes. Let me take you guys back in my day, 2011, where if you weren't using exactly Tornadus, Thunderous, Terrakion, plus like Amoonguss, that's already 50% of the thing. So yes, I
All
have.
right, Bobby, let me
2016.
He's
I don't
got the
know.
notes. He's got like.
let me. I was gonna say, let me do you one better, but he's actually not there. I was gonna say, have you ever seen a format where 6 out of this top 12 Pokemon were on my team? But single strike Urshifu's not on there.
No, literally, my entire team was up there.
Your
This
entire
is
team was up there, brother.
It you get one mon that's not on this list, maybe, right? Like that's
All right. Well, Mezie chose Brambleghast, but the rest of his team is here.
Yeah, the rest of my team is there.
I chose
Golgando
Urshifu's single
Stickman.
strike, but the rest of my team is there. And Jeudy has everything.
how
yes,
many.
sir.
And then what? Alberto had two. He had Gastrodon and King Gambit, right? And then
Yeah.
and Ding had Harkonine, and literally every single other Pokemon in top 8 is in the top 12 in usage. Every single other Pokemon. Isn't that crazy?
And besides-
That's central.
Besides the one we mentioned, right? Bramble and Urshi single strike.
Yeah, Bramble,
Yeah.
Bramblegast, Urshifu Single Strike, Gastrodon, King Gambit, Harkonine. Five
And Harkonines.
Pokemon.
5 total usages of out of 48 Pokemon, and the other 43 were top 12 usage. I don't know, man. I'm feeling this format's kind of heat. I don't know.
Any other opinions about the metagame?
I was gonna say, would that be considered a good thing? Centralization? Like I'm new, so it's like I don't know if that's a good or bad
It's a thing. I was like, the thing is, like, Pokemon players are always gonna do good, but as like even like a
Pokemon players,
spectator,
you're
you
gonna do
wanna be able to like see more Mons doing well, because like it depends. There's good and there's bad, and I think in this case, it's getting closer to the bad. But then that's
Yeah.
just the power level of certain Mons are way too high that like you can't use certain things that would have been cool because you're just getting one shot by
Yeah,
Flutter.
and
Right.
so
There's no Pachirisu, which is the basis of a good format.
one of the things that I don't dislike centralization inherently, and partially because it means that you can build more targeted teams. A lot of times when a format is centralized, you find very niche picks that are very good because they match up well into one or two specific archetypes. And we
Like
do see
Justin
that a little
Burns
bit.
winning a regional with Toxicroak
Exactly.
in 2019 because Toxicroaks get kind of stupid mode into a lot of the common Pokemon that were on Kyogre teams, and Kyogre and it offensively threatens their needs.
And yeah, we see that with, for Rigraff to some extent, getting second at Worlds. We see that with, Bramblegast being a threat because of Chiyu and Tornadus and Urshifu and Iron Hands. And, all the other mons that it beats, Heatran, Rillaboom. But, like, it's... at the same time,
We are
like...
limited to the highest BSC options because the mons that do damage are too strong.
Right.
That's really what it is. The mons do too much damage, and as a result, if we're not using an average of 570 base stats on our team, we can't handle it.
Yeah, or you have a mon that has a stupid immunity that works specifically into your game plan. Like Gastrodon, like Bramblegast, like, that sort of thing. Like for Rigraff, not Sapsipper. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I just think that like team building is really boring. You get to do like some fun stuff.
That's what Rillaboom's going to fix.
I don't think it's gonna fix that.
Fix.
You know what? The metagame was great when the power level, when you were able to use Palafin. That's just, I'm gonna say it. When you were able to use Palafin, the metagame was great.
Reg C.
It top cut nationals in Reg C. Jeudy top cut with it.
I said up until Reg C.
Yes.
Oh, including Reg C.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, if Reg E does something, Banner Shifu, and Palafin can come back, then that's a good meta to me right there.
I don't know.
Oh,
Wolf
that
told me that
reminds me,
Palafin fell off in Reg C.
That
What
reminds me, I overheard a funny conversation at Pittsburgh Regionals. I don't know who was talking, but it was one guy talking to his friend. and they were talking about their record or whatever, and he's like, I built this team. It was amazing. It was perfect. I was like, this team is awesome, but it only loses to Palafin. I'm like, okay, I'll just dodge Palafin. And then I played it round 1, and then I played it round 2. And I was just like, that's fucking funny.
Wait.
Also, your team wasn't that good, but that was funny.
Is that friend Justin Burns?
No.
Because that was our team at NAIC. Our team was sick, but it did in fact kind of disrespect Palafin because there were, we just kind of said the other water types. We can beat all the other water types. And then Justin faced Palafin round 1. I lost because I'm bad. He lost because he faced Palafin. But
it might have been. They might have been calling him. I don't know.
Anyways, I think that's pretty much everything I want to say about Pittsburgh. I guess the main event. We can. Do you have anything else we would talk about for Pittsburgh? No?
Can't wait for Barcelona. So that
looking
Reg...
forward to the same thing.
Oh,
do we have to talk about Barcelona?
Sure. Congrats to Justin Tang for winning the Premier Challenge and then getting top 4 at the midseason, I think.
Yeah, we got more points than we did.
Yeah,
I am competing with Justin Tang for best locals warrior. I will admit.
Well, he's already cooking you, bro.
Yeah, but no, we're it's my bad, I guess. I'm sorry for playing the tournament, but I am competing with Justin for DMV's best local warrior.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to.
I think I have it on him though.
Shout out to Nicholas Dinelli for going undefeated at the midseason showdown after the regional. That's pretty cool.
That's kind of based, actually, especially for best of 1.
Yeah, they had a hell of a run. I don't know who that is, but that's a crazy run. 126 players. That's a regional in some years,
Not any year I played.
Joe, we can't show the other teams. We don't have them.
We don't have the other.
They're
teams.
literally not up, bro. Like
they're not up.
Would've. I said that to you a while ago. Use your ears.
Oh yeah, I'll show you the team. I can imagine the team. We can pretend like we can piece the teams together by all the people we played. Like there was Kyle top 8 using the same team.
No, the teams.
Rob day 2 using Kyle's team. James used Kyle's team. Joe used
using Emilio's team.
James Beck used Emilio's team.
Yeah, James also used Joe's team. Like we can like connect the dots if you want us to, but like there's nothing to show, unfortunately.
I also just don't care about the metagame nearly enough to actually do that. Although I was just told that the 10-0 MSS team was Indeedee, Hat, Torkoal, Armarug, Lunala, or Shrew Dark. Not Lunala.
Yes, sir.
Luna.
Dog just said Lunala.
What is Luna?
Ursa Luna, bro.
Ursa Luna. Ursa Luna. Yes, of course.
Yo, that's the best team right there.
I know what the Lunala do. Even I could have done that. Like, whoa.
Wait, isn't Lunala psychic too?
Yeah,
Lunala is psychic. Dude, expanding force Lunala. That's the play.
Terra Poison Lunala would go nuts. Even I can do it.
Oh, you know what DLC move is going to be crazy? I just remembered we were talking about Lunala. Meteor Beam. If that's in the game, that move goes nuts. That's a game changer.
What's that move do?
Meteor Beam is a charge move that increases your special attack first.
Main, maybe?
So you use like a power herb with it. So you get the special attack boost, and then you also just fire it off. I think it's 140 base and 90 accuracy.
Oh shit! Yeah, give that to Fluttermane for real.
I think that one's not good enough. I think we definitely need power herb Fluttermane with Meteor Beam.
Right. That's just a booster energy, except 1.5x. Right. Like that's. It is base
power
120.
gem. You don't need to Google it. We already have power gem, so it learns rock moves, so that's precedence.
The other one is fun. Is Glamora can potentially run it.
Oh shit! I forgot that was a Pokemon.
Right?
You're capping real hard. Meteor Beam is not good.
I think it's a move that it kind of sucks shit into a metagame where every team has 2 fighting types. We'll say that.
This move sucks. Like, go away. Like, look at these Pokemon, and then like, who cares about what else gets it?
That's facts.
Like, why would I
It
put
actually
it on
doesn't really hit
Flutterman?
anything. Yeah. Like,
Well, why would I put it on
That's true,
Flutterman
that's
when I
true.
can give a choice specs to that guy and not press Meteor Beam?
Yeah, you're worried about the wrong beam. You gotta press Moonbeam. That's the broken one.
That's true.
Uh,
Okay, Goldie. Okay, you know what? Goldie running Meat Beam also sounds shit.
oh, Goldie
Like, no, who
totally gets
cares?
meat beams.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't use Meat Beam.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really, there's no set limits to run it. That's it.
Okay, so y'all just cooked up a move, told me what it does, and then just told me it was trash in like the span of like 2 minutes.
Just
Also,
Just
this
wait
is
till we
a
get
real move.
Neoligo
I
back.
feel like-
Neoligo
I
with
feel
meat
like-
beam is kind of crazy.
No, it's not. Shut up. Next
That-
topic.
Yo,
Fine,
Neoligo
fine.
probably gets one shot by Fluttermane and Chiyu clicking a button to it. Oh wait, isn't Neoligo faster than Chiyu?
It's a poison
Never
type.
mind.
It doesn't die to Fluttermane. It's got a huge
it's
special defense.
actually-
Yeah, yeah,
it's
okay,
actually
here's the
rock
thing.
poison.
Everyone always
Remember-
Terra Poisons in front of Chiyu Flutter, and then they get Dark Pulse Shadow Ball, the one shot. So like I've heard this same song and dance so many times.
Also, remember when
Neoligo has good special defense though. Like,
Yeah, but
actually,
Yeah, it
does.
remember when
does.
Fluttermane got Psyshock though?
True, it does do that.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh.
Neoligo, bro, it's got special bulk is fake. Trust, Cresselia gets one rounded by freaking Chiyu Flutter. No matter what Terra you use, you're getting one rounded. Like
Barcelona.
Okay, no. We're going to talk about the updates to the rule stock.
I don't
We
know
talked
what
about
Neoligo
rental
does.
codes being required. We did not talk about any of the other stuff, and that is somewhat relevant to Barcelona. So first and foremost, new content in the DLC is not allowed in Regulation D, so you can't use that in Barcelona. You cannot use Grass
Yeah,
in Barcelona.
kind of mid.
I know some people who were stressing out about that, so I'm glad they got confirmation, albeit 4 days before the event.
Torby was pissed. I was talking to him about it. He was just like, I mean, cool, but like, why the fuck do I know now? As opposed to
True.
when he was prepping for the tour.
Yeah, like it was so funny. They kept like asking for games. I want to play Reg D with Grassy Glide Rillaboom, and I'm like, bro. I mean, usually it is legal, right? We've had
Yes, it is. We've gotten a lot of new
It's-
moves before. Like, that's how we got Event Gyarados in VGC 17. Like, generally speaking, when they drop a
Well, that's
mod
an
or
event
move
move.
set,
That wasn't a DLC move.
Yeah,
So
what?
And we had 2014 where you had the December Premier Challenges, right, with with tutor moves
yeah.
from the next game.
You were an embryo in 2014. Why are you bringing that up?
I got into VGC in 2014. I played my first online tournament in 2015, January 2015. I was around for
Tell
that.
'em.
Not playing in real life, but around for that. I cut the Nugget Bridge Major in 2015. I'm playing VGC longer than you have.
I went to the LCQ in 2014.
You guys not both
Okay,
in
maybe I
your
haven't.
30s.
I have not been playing VGC longer than you have.
You guys are
But
revealing your age.
I will. So my fun story about new content not being allowed was San Jose Regionals in 2017. San Jose 2, not the first one, was in December, and that was after Ultra Sun Ultra Moon came out. And in 2017, like Rajan said, you had to use Bounce Gyarados. You had to use the shiny event Gyarados, shiny Cherish Ball event Gyarados. In theory, you could use a normal Gyarados once the new games came out. You just had to trade it over to the new games, give it bounce, and trade it back. Because it was a tutor move then. And I emailed the TOs asking, can I use a normal bounce Gyarados now that it's legal? And they said no, you have to use a red shiny Gyarados, Cherish Ball Gyarados, if you want to use it at the tournament. Which made me real sad because I wanted to catch people off guard with that back when you had closed team sheets. So that's a precedent that I have.
So Adi's
Okay,
been,
I didn't know that.
Adi's been bad player stratsing since day one.
I lost my win in it at that regional. Okay, yeah, that's the other story of that regional is I got the paired out in the last round, lost, and then Jira bubbled into top cut and won the event, and then all the Australians started to hate me. So
I want to skip whatever we're about to talk about and explore this a little bit more.
Yeah, my Barcelona smart money is gonna be my friends. 'Cause I don't keep up.
I don't know who's gonna Barca. I don't care about this format. I'm gonna say Roxon because he wants to get out of Torbeef Shadow.
wait, what?
I'm
I'm gonna say
Are we
Torvi
not
to
talking
keep
about,
Watson in the show.
Oh my God, I've lost control.
That's my smart money.
I wanted to. Okay, one more. Do you not want to talk about the rules updates? Do we not want to talk about that?
I haven't had the doc open this entire thing.
All right, I will read it out loud. Update to the Play Pokemon rules documents. New content from the DLC is not allowed in Reg D. Regulation E format is from October 1st to January 2nd. I think what this implies, we already sort of knew that. What this implies is that the DLC 2 is going to come out in December, which would be really nice because then we would have Regulation F starting in January. I think that'd be hype. Also, maybe it comes out in February and we have 2 more months of Reg E. We'll see. Then rental codes may be allowed. We know that. And last but not least, this is the one that I want to talk about. Head judges can now rule over double DCs.
I don't think that's as big of a deal as it's supposed, like as we're thinking it is, because like actually pull up the doc, like read it, don't read the headline.
Okay. Also, Moxie
really,
Boosted, thank you for the raid. Welcome to Tub Takes,
That's
this is a
my
video
guy.
podcast where we talk about the latest and greatest happenings in VGC, which is right now apparently 3 guys who cut Pittsburgh regionals have talked about how much they hate Regulation D, and then we've got now we're reading through the rules document.
All I'm trying to do is keep up my streak of only joining Tub Takes when there's no white people on it. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm two in a row right now. We're keeping it up.
You gotta go tic-tac-toe.
Exactly.
Rajan,
Too
do
bad
you
it's
know
cheap.
where exactly this disconnect thing is?
Type no, I don't. Type rule type head judge.
Oh yes, surely the rules document will never mention a head judge.
I don't think it does that often.
I think
bro.
Nope, it's right there. That was the first 1 out of 10. You are that.
Alright. Oh, okay. Search double. Search. Okay, that one. So,
No, he found it. Head judge
No,
reserves
yeah, so
the
the
right to
head
override the
judge reserves the
resolution
right-
of a dub. You want?
So what it means, so the head judge reserves the right to override the resolution of a double game freeze in exceptional situations in favor of a voided game at their discretion. But, so that doesn't mean they get to pick the winner. This is, like, right below it is what it says, like, what happens with respect to a resolution. There's a rules doc that says how you're supposed to interpret the board state. They pick by
Yes.
mons because Pokemon is too infinitely complicated to have a rules doc that properly encapsulates game states. Fine, but they have a document here, like this table says, like, what do they do? And the vast majority of the situation is a tie because they're trying to ignore, like, they're trying to not just have a judge decide who wins. Even though there's, like, offshoot situations where the 3-1 or 4-1 is actually losing, like when the 1 is Specs Fluttermane and everything is chipped, for example. But generally speaking, it's a tie. And the reason that's significant is because when there's a tie, you have a best of 3. It's not best to 2 wins. It's 3 games. And if there's a win, a loss, and a tie, then you have to go to a win-loss tie has to go to sudden death.
Sudden death.
All this does is essentially, they're not saying this. I really don't think it's going to be the judge saying that more wins get to happen when there's like weird situations with a double game freeze, but instead just saying if we haven't fucked up the tournament, can we run it back? That's all. I'm pretty confident this is actually a really limited rule with even further limited applications because they have to consider when the convention hall closes. And for example, frankly, even at Worlds, when the double game loss or when the DC happened, I don't think they would have been able to run it back. The Metro closed. Like,
No, I think at Worlds,
No,
surely they say everyone runs it back.
no, they're supposed to, right? But at the end of the day, like the Metro was closing. At Worlds, like we had to get Michael and Uber back, like that sort of thing. Like the public transport, it was already way too late. So I don't think the schedule, like I don't think this is actually that extensive of a rule.
I do think that you're right in that they are going to they're not going to give out wins. But yeah, like that was the thing that I think people were insinuating that, oh, they're going to like say, oh, this person has 100% win. They're going to give them the win. And I think that's very unlikely, largely because I don't know if the judges understand the game states enough. And I don't think they're supposed to like trust the players to that extent, unless someone literally says, "Oh yeah, you were 100% going to win." In which case it might happen. But
Which,
like,
when I'm in that spot, I'm
it.
not saying that. My lips
Right.
are sealed.
But at the same time, like there are a lot of games where double game freeze happens and there's enough time in the round that they can probably play it out. I think that at Worlds, I think you definitely replay the game because you don't want to have to explain to everyone what sudden death is, and why every single game is going to sudden death, especially like on stream when it's DC'd. I think you usually are going to try to replay it.
But Adi, we have the top 4 set streamed on this channel, right? We can go back to the time it was happening. Like, genuinely at the time, there was a very valid concern about metro closures and the difficulty of actually obtaining an Uber in Japan.
I mean, well, no, to be fair, the 2 players who made finals already had to do that regardless. They were always going to
They had to make finals, but the people who were watching that happen, like, and there was a lot of people who were there up until the conclusion of top 4.
We had like an hour to spare. We were fine.
We did not have that long, but whatever.
We did. Anyways, yeah, no, but I'm also thinking about how like a lot of times, I remember like my double DC against Wolf at San Diego was the last match of the last round of the tournament, and we were all just sitting there with everyone watching, waiting for us to get done so they could go home at 10 p.m. And so like that is one case where like they probably would just say go to sudden death. Even though like it'd be more fair to replay the game. We're not going to delay the tournament like that. So I think that you're right. I think that they are not going to be picking winners. Even when they could, they are not going to.
The South Korean circuit strikes again. We had it decided by rock, scissors, papers back in 2017 here, lol. From now PGC. That's wild.
Wow.
I mean, they can like roll dice or something, right? Like we figured out how to randomize things in TCG. Surely they can do that instead.
No, isn't that more of a Western thing? Because I feel like they don't roll dice in Asian countries. For like,
how do they decide who
TCG
goes
stuff.
first in the trading card game?
Flip a coin like a normal person.
Every
In
single
Yu-Gi-Oh,
manga
they always
I've
roll
read-
dice.
Every single gambling manga I have ever read, it has involved dice parlors. So
Maybe I'm capping.
Oh.
I do just say.
And I
shit
have
sometimes.
read pretty much the entire genre of gambling mangas.
For real? All right, name 5. Name 5 right now.
All right, we got Kaiji, we got
Started with
Akagi, we
Kaiji.
got Guy. Of course, we start with Kaiji. We got Kaiji, we got Akagi, we've got Guy, we've got something Tetsuya. We have I don't remember the name of it, but the main character's name is Zero. And there's a couple off that. There's a bunch off Kaiji. We've got one out. So we've got a bunch, brother.
All right. You
I
got-
heard some bangers.
Speaking of a bunch, we got a bunch of people attending the Barcelona special event this upcoming weekend in Barcelona, Spain. So let's talk about Barcelona. I think that this is the last main Regulation D events. Again, special event, so there's no prize money. There will be a Worlds invite and championship points awarded as normal. 350 Masters, so top 128 CP. And I guess the main thing that I saw today was that we actually have an official stream. This is the first time in a long time that outside of Internets, we are getting an official stream for a European event. So that's exciting. Look forward to that.
And we're also getting an official stream for pretty much every upcoming European event too. They stuck like a whole like live broadcast thing. I think that's really base.
Yep.
The stream that was happening for European events, they did a great job with the resources they were given. I think it was a Victory Road stream, right? Was that who was funding it?
Mm-hmm.
But they were doing a fantastic job. It's really awesome to see it being like an official stream.
Yeah. Also, the streamers, the commentators in Europe are just excellent. It's always so much fun to listen to them. No, not even all of them are commentating. I see they put Lou on Pokemon Go. I didn't even know she played Pokemon Go. But they just had so many VGC casters. Jamie Boyd's up there. Ben Kiriaku's up there. Yeah, just.
I wouldn't have pegged her for Go, but I am not at all surprised that she plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a really fun event to watch.
Yeah, for some reason, I mean, I guess it's changing now that we got Len. But for some reason in Europe, they always had like a lot more former players who were casting. We saw like Marcus casting too, whereas here we just kind of had just had Aaron. He's only sometimes casting, but I'm very happy they got Len. I didn't even talk about that. They got Len for Pittsburgh. That was sick. That was so cool. He did such a good job.
He did.
Is a great candidate / now official. I have liked that they've been a little bit. I like the new blood that's been added to the cast. The primary new blood that I recall right now has been Len. I want to say Joe Brown, but he's not really new blood anymore. But he's still my favorite blood. You know, I didn't mean to say it like that, but he's my favorite. And we had Jake as well enter the cast this year, and we had
Maeve.
We had Maeve. I'm a big fan of like the new folks that were being added to the cast this year and last year. And really just Joe Brown for real.
Costa has been doing grassroots streams for a while. I think this is his first time. I think he actually got to do something for EUIC. I think he was like doing like the desk. It's not worth something there where he's interviewing people. I don't know if David Partington's gotten to do official streams, but he's been working on Victory Road. He's fantastic. So very, very exciting. Very exciting stream from Barcelona. I'm very excited to hear about how that goes because you could not pay me to watch this event after we get information for Regulation E.
I did just realize what I said. It's going to be a really fun event to watch. And I'm like, if you're into that, you know. If you're into that kind of thing. It'll be
I saw Joe in chat. I'm sorry, Joe. I watched half of your set with James and just got so bored. And you only played 2 games.
That set almost determined if I top cut, and I still could not have been bothered to watch it.
But yeah, looking forward to this. This is apparently the last tournament in Spain. Jonas Wiegel, the German, defeated Antonio Sanchez to win his 2nd regional title. Today I learned. And the last event in Barcelona was the 2016 Barcelona Regional, where Javier de Blas beat Juan Carlos Mateos. Who's that?
Antonio Sanchez, for what it's worth, is my smart money. Let's go Roxon.
All right, cool. Because I don't have anything else to say about this regional, so we can go ahead right to smart money. We got Rajan.
Let's go Roxon.
All right.
That's it.
Jeudy, who's your smart money for this regional?
You know what? I actually do have a smart money. So it's actually in 2 days. It will be his birthday. So I'm picking Alex Soto, Len VGC, to
Not the
just
same
get the.
one we were just talking about.
Not the line we were just talking about. To get his his Barcelona win. No seconds, no thirds. They cooked early format last year. Yeah. Rooting for them to start strong this year. That's my smart money.
Listen, Alex Soto has been waiting for the day Expanding Force comes back.
That's true.
True. All right, Mezie, who you got? Smart money.
Victor Medina.
I'm
new blood, so I just gotta stick with the guy that looks like he's got it figured out. So
yeah,
Adi had to go last because someone else had to say Torviv. Adi was gonna be like, "Oh, none of you picked Torviv. This is your 8th round pick. He was my 1st round pick."
I mean, yeah, no, listen. Torviv was too easy. You know, he's the odds-on favorite to win this event. There's 3. Incredibly good Spaniards, right? You got Eric and Alex who are also attending. Those would be easy picks. But I got to be a special snowflake. So I'm gonna pick player coming off a top 32 at Worlds who I think is attending. I'm not actually sure. Is Kamikasa Maurice Uteg, German player, invading just like last time.
By the way, Adi's favorite thing to do, by the way, is put people in his smart money draft and his draft picks for events that he has no idea whether they're attending. That's not his favorite thing to do. Have absolutely no idea whether his player's attending, but roll the dice,
Hold up, let me check his Twitter. Is Kamikasa tweeted about?
We're done with Barcelona.
Am I going to see porn if I check this Twitter?
Next thing.
Nah. I don't know. You got a 50. You'll find out at the end of Barcelona, if your smart money came.
He's tweeting about it. I think he's going. I'm pretty confident.
All right.
All right. I'm pretty happy with the Kamikasa pick. And with that,
Next
let's
topic.
go on to the last
What
topic.
is that you?
What?
No, don't scroll down, brother. Just leave this Twitter.
Okay. That's you never know with VGC players, dude. You never know.
Just leave this Twitter account, my guy. I appreciate
It's
it.
time for the calc is right. All right, this show we each pick a damage calc, and all the other three players have to guess a number in which the damage guess a number in which the damage roll will contain. That didn't actually make sense. I don't know if I have a good explanation for this, but you'll get the hang of it. Mezie, you've seen it before, right?
Hey, calc.
I understand it. I haven't seen it before though.
Okay, you understand it.
Yeah.
All right, I guess. Rajan, do you want to start then? Because you were ready.
Okay. Mine is not precisely a calc, but have any of you seen like someone trying to shoot a bunch of water balloons lined up, and they're trying to count how many water balloons it takes to stop a bullet? I want us to pretend that Urshifu's single strike is a water balloon, and we have infinite Urshifu single strikes lined up in a row. And I want us to pretend that our gun is 252 special attack modest Terra Fairy Choice Specs Fluttermane in the Sun, pressing Moonblast. And my question is not a calc per se, but how many Urshifu single strike water balloons does it take to stop that gun?
That's a calc.
Stop that bullet. It's objectively a calc, but how many Urshifu single strike water balloons does it take to stop the 250?
Is it just 4? Is it 4 HP Urshifu?
Yeah, glass. 4
Glass.
HP Urshifu, single strike, it's base typing. How many Urshifu single strike water balloons does it take to stop the shotgun blast from a 252 special attack modest Choice Specs Terra Fairy Fluttermane Moonblast in the Sun? Oh, and Helping Hand if I didn't say it.
Oh, helping hand too. Okay, of course.
Helping Hand, Choice Specs, Terra Fairy, 252 Special Attack, Modest, Fluttermane in the Sun. How many Urshifus does it take to stop that monster?
These are.
It's gonna start plugging this in because it's gonna take a while to go.
You're plugging it in.
All right, I got it. I'm going with
8.
15 Urshifus.
I'm going with 8.
I think helping hands 1.5x boost, and I had 7 originally, so I'm gonna go with 10.
Okay, so to get the calc figured out, Mezie said 8. It takes 8 Urshifu single strike water balloons to stop the Fluttermane. Adi says it takes 10 Urshifu single strike water balloons to stop the Fluttermane, and Jeudy says it takes 15 Urshifu single strike water balloons to stop the Fluttermane. I can say that one of you is right.
Wait,
actually, none of you are. Wait, no, I can say none of you are right. It takes between 12 and 14 Urshifu.
Fuck, I was so close.
To stop the.
What am I missing?
You put the wrong Urshifu on, you dumb idiot.
Urshifu Dark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Single strike.
Okay.
What? I thought you were talking about water. He said single
I
strike.
heard single strike. I got it right.
He did say single strike. I was thinking it was water Urshifu this whole time.
If we double all of your answers, you're still both wrong.
We are still wrong.
You're right.
I was so close. I get the point for that, honestly.
Yes.
12,
Calling it a water balloon
that's what
is
it was.
confusing.
But that's an
Yeah, that's what it's like called a water balloon. I was like, it's water.
I said, how many Urshifu single strike water balloons does it
Dude,
take?
that is
How is that possibly ambiguous?
Nah. I understood the assignment. That's all I'm gonna say.
But it takes 12 to 14 of those guys to stop this water balloon stop this shotgun blast in its track. That's all. That was my calc.
All right.
I like thinking about the army of Urshifu single strikes, just taking it and hoping the dominoes stop falling.
All right. Can I go?
Yeah,
Of
go
course
for
you
it.
can.
All right. So here we are. We have a Cresselia facing a 4 HP, 252 special defense, Iron Hands. Cresselia has 4 special attack. How much is that Psychic doing?
I got you. Done.
Can you say that one more
All
time?
right, what? 4 special attack Cresselia versus a 4 HP, 252 special defense, Assault Vest, Iron Hands.
With Psychic.
All right, I'm there. I'm there.
With Psychic,
I got it.
yes.
I got my guess. I'm
20,
there.
25.
Mine's 28.
Oh, Mezie,
All
what'd
right,
you say?
all right.
I said 25.
Yeah, I was also gonna say. I'll say 26. Let's put it in the middle.
And I got 28.
Well, you guys are all right. This sucks. I hate this. Go away. God, why do you guys know your crest cows, bro?
I ran
You just
Moonblast
picked
and
the
hit
two of the 4 most popular Pokemon in the game with Sanity V spreads, and wonder how we got it right.
Bro,
I saw Moonblast do 18% to Iron Hands over the weekend. I'm like, all right, my bad. I should have. You take Helping Hand off. Take Helping Hand off.
I did.
Yeah. I saw Moonblast do 18%, and then I did mental math to get the Psychic. I'm sorry, Jeudy.
Fuck. You're right. All right. I was so excited, too, to give you my... I was like, this is going to get you guys.
You thought we were going to say like 36, 42, like a Cresselia can hurt in Iron Hands? He's made of iron. Iron is steel. Steel resists Psychic.
That's valid. All right.
All right, Mezie, you got a calc?
Mine also uses 2 very popular mons. Jolly 252 water, Urshifu using close combat against 4 HP, 4 defense, Iron Hands.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good. I know this.
I have not played this format enough. I have an answer.
All right.
Let me have
going
it.
with 42.
Okay.
I'm going with
Jeudy?
45. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to go with 47.
You're all like right, but like so like close to like the 42 was so close to being wrong.
I know.
And the 47
42
was
is
so
the-
close to being wrong. Like you guys are like at literally the edges. The 45 was like dead center.
You picked one of the 6% range.
Yeah. I thought people were gonna do like 40 and 50. Like,
All right. I just want you to know I know this specifically because I was standing next to you when you calculated.
yeah, okay, so you heard me. Okay, because I assume most people would guess low, like, because like it's Jolly.
No, the thing is, it's still stab 120 base power.
Yeah, but look,
And,
everyone
you know,
in chat,
like-
everyone in chat is like 30, 20, 40.
Okay,
like,
well
I was
that is
like,
stupid. So
uh-oh.
just because
I-
Iron Hands is 154, 108 does not mean it's invincible.
That's the perception of Iron Hands. It just takes everything, you know.
Oh, you
Yeah.
want to hear something
Yeah,
even
it gets
funnier about
it gets
Iron
3
Hands?
shot. That's all it needs.
There's a guaranteed 3-hit KO.
It can switch it on this.
Something funny about Iron Hands is when you have all the multipliers for Spadef and Assault Vest, even looking at its stat line, if you give Cresselia Psychic and you give Cresselia Psyshock outdamages Psychic into Iron Hands, despite being lower base power even.
Yeah, because I think with the Assault Vest and all the investment, he has more
Exactly.
special defense.
It's very funny. It's very funny that Psyshock is lower BP and like this mon is 68 base Spadef, and it's still like outdamaged by Psyshock. It's like,
Rajan calling chat stupid, ignoring he was chat last week.
that's not true. I don't watch this show.
My favorite calc is right was when Rajan tried to do his calc and he found out that Nick did it the previous week.
Oh, that made me so mad.
All right. Since none of y'all, oh man, what was the good one I had? Damn it. Oh, I had a really good one involving a bunch of what was it? Oh, yes, it was involving a conversation that we had earlier. Since Jeudy does not believe in Nihiligo, I'll ask you the
True.
You
question.
made it
How much?
in the call? You made it in the show, bro. You told us to prepare it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I had one. What I was gonna do was Rillaboom Grassy Glide into Fluttermane, but this is more interesting. Is Neoligo taking let's say 4 HP for Spadef Neoligo, taking a Specs Shadow Ball, a modest Spec Shadow Ball from Fluttermane. How much does it do?
To a KO. I don't need to know. That's it. It's dead. It's dead.
Modest
doing
spec.
56.
Is this what? How much bulk does Neoligo have?
Or
you
it's
have
like
to know that.
100 something.
It has
That's
like a lot of
fine.
special defense.
No,
I think.
no. I mean the EVs, right?
4-4.
4-4.
Bro, that's a
It's,
2-KO.
it's probably getting two shot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm getting two shot. Y'all are trying to tell
It
me
was
all these
4-4.
Pokemon
It's
different,
getting two shots. It's like 51, 52. It's getting two
Nah,
shots.
56. It's doing 56.
Maybe yeah. It's getting two shots. Like,
Yeah, that shit's got that. I'm going to say 50 even. 2 HKO.
No, Jody, that's too low. You missed the range, brother.
Fuck, I don't know, bro. I just know that thing's getting cooked. Like,
Yeah,
and that
it's
meteor,
definitely getting two shot.
is right. Flip the meteor beam. Meteor beam's doing like not even close to 2 KO. It is 2 KO, but like it's not
Yeah,
one shot.
Beam is doing 70 to Flutter.
That's not what. Then it gets Shadow Ball
You
next
said
turn.
not even
Trash,
close to
trash
2 KO.
Pokemon.
What,
Dude.
is that Neoligo is definitely getting two shot by Specs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
alright,
know
I'll
getting 2 shots.
Give me. You know what? Give me a number for the Shadow Ball, and then give me a number for the Meteor Beam back. 252 timid versus 4-4.
Alright.
56 for the shot.
No,
56,
fucking like
70. 56, 70.
Yeah. I go
Yeah.
56, like 71.
fuck like
Fuck up, Mezie. Like,
Yeah, I can't say
like
the same.
69. I don't know, bro.
What was your number for Shadow Ball, Jody?
Shadow Ball like 54, 55. Like it's 2 KO, you know.
we're all saying, I said it, and y'all are saying the same shit.
You guys-
We all know it's gonna 2-hit KO. Now you want me to say
Like
52
all I
instead of
know is
53?
that a double up from Chiyu and Flutter is definitely 2 KO. Is one rounding, not
There are
even.
not too many mons that you
You
can't
guys
say
did
that
get
about.
the Shadow Ball 2-shotting. It does 52,
Okay, maybe
50.2,
Nihigo does more than
58.9. But Meteor Beam,
I did admittedly forget about the special attack boost.
Meteor Beam does 89 to 105. You can EV it to
Holy
I
shit,
did
Oh,
forget,
shit.
yo.
I did forget about the special
Maybe it
attack
doesn't
boost.
get two shot.
I did. Alright, Adi, drop the special attack by one stage.
by one stage.
Yeah. Drop the
That's-
special attack by one stage.
Yeah,
I
the
did
move's
forget
bad
about
if you drop the
special.
special attack.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I did forget about the 70, yeah. There we go.
I mean,
All right,
this is crazy, right?
apparently
You can
Apparently it fucks up Flutter.
it
With
fucks
the
up
mon
Flutter.
that doesn't exist. With the mon that
You
doesn't
live
exist,
Moonblast into
you
Shadow
can
Ball and you
beat
fuck it
on-
up with Meteor Beam.
That doesn't sound like fucking it up to me. That sounds like 36 HP EV solves the problem.
Yeah, well, you know. If you suspect and then walk into Moonblast, then you're in really good shape. I'm
don't
saying
think that's
Neoligo
true.
Neoligo would
No, Adi, you did not terrastalize the Flutter. Show the Moonblast.
I didn't say Terra.
Shut up. No, what I'm saying
Okay.
is you said
Yeah,
it's
okay.
locked in the
I'm
Moonblast,
Terra
it's in
fairing
a
the
good-
Fluttermane. Yeah.
You said you locked in Moonblast and it's in good shape. It's doing 40.
Yeah, and if you tear the Flutter, you kill with Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, shut up.
You can Terra Rock and Super Kill. Thank you, Abai. Abai knows what's up.
Solves
that's
the
why
problem.
your reaction is
Shut up.
I did not know. I was talking that.
I was talking trash. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Now, now show me the switch to Iron Hands calc.
How much does Iron Hands take from a +1 Sludge Bomb?
Oh, like 45.
35 to 40, something like that.
45 is my guess, but I think I'm done
Yeah,
with this.
36 to 43.
Oh,
Yes.
It does get Side Shock. It does get Side Shock. That's right, chat.
Yo, run that calc. 100 to 130. That's my range on that.
Oh, for Fluttermane. Oh, Fluttermane surely murders with Psyshock.
Yeah.
But
Trash.
anyways, I don't think we have anything more to talk about. So I think that's gonna to wrap it up from us. Thank you all for coming on. Jeudy is about to actually go stream. You know, Jeudy, if you start your stream right now, we can raid you.
We'll figure that out. I'm piecing out though. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
And I'm gonna set up my.
I'm about to record my Audi video. Are we just gonna stream that?
Do you want to just stream that?
No. I don't want you guys to hear my deepest, darkest secrets.
Who was saying that? Someone was saying that like a couple days ago. It was like, yeah, you should just stream your team reports. It's like I did that once. I actually did that with Alex and Justin once. But anyways, thank you all for coming. I don't know if we're waiting for Jeudy. It didn't sound like he was going to start immediately.
No.
So
No,
he has a booming fan base who like him more than they should.
Yeah, don't wait for Jeudy. He's probably gonna go do something for like half an hour before that stream actually comes up.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys over to. Actually, first, if you missed part of the stream, go over to YouTube to catch Tub Takes on Wednesday. So we will do that. Yeah, the one time we streamed a team report was 3 hours long. Abai's a real fan. He remembers that. He was around for that. And Rajan won't shut up, so I can see it being the same length.
No, it won't be that long because it's 10 o'clock on a work night.
All right, but yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Wally the Bandit. So go tell him where you came from, and thank you all for tuning in.
Thanks, everyone. This was fun.
Thank you.